Hello and welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and today you're going to find out one of the big reasons why we are such a great town as we celebrate the opening of Mayor Mac's Cafe over in the Cypress Recreation Center in Port Reading on West Avenue, just across the street from St. Anthony de Padua Church, the back entrance, and just across the street and down a little bit from the Port Reading Fire Company. So this is a project that we've been working on for a while. I think 2 years ago we talked about it at the State of the Township address, and it took us a while to get it going, but that's not important now. The fact is it is going, it is up, it is running, it is fabulous for the kids of our township. From the RISE program, RISE stands for Reaching Individual Student Excellence. I'll let others explain it better, but it's a group of 18 to 21-year-olds who are aged out of the school, but they still get involved, and the school still takes care of them. They gets them recreational opportunities, job opportunities, a program for them after school ends and before they turn 21. It's been fantastic. The stars of the show today are to my left. We have Rebecca, Diamond, and Jacob. They are three of our workers here, so welcome, guys. We also have working in the cafe Lillian Chavez, formerly of Bud's Hut, where she was a cook or in the kitchen for 40 years, right? We have Renee and we have Kathy, who work for the school district. They're the supervisors of the RISE program. I know Kathy, I used to call her Hope Lawn. She used to call me Oatmeal because whenever I went to, what's the call it again? Oh, wait, don't tell me. What's the place on Route 1? Help me. Skylark, the Skylark.
You were on a diet then.
I was on a diet then, yeah. The first day she met me, I was on a diet. I should be always on a diet. And I ordered oatmeal, and she told me she was from Hope Lawn, so from then on, I was oatmeal, and she was Hope Lawn. We also have Kevin, who works here at the Cypress Center, who also helps us. He's very important to us coming with the holidays coming up, because he's our liaison to Santa Claus. He arranges for Santa to come here for all the different events. In Woodbridge, we have Vito Simaluka, the Recreation Director, Mark Lodato, formerly of Public Works. He had way too much talent to be working with trucks and things like that, so he's now the full-time chef at the community center, and he comes down here to help out. Also, Senator John Bennett, our business administrator, Julie Baer from the school district, who's the head of special services. What's the extra title?
Director of Special
Director of Special Services. Behind her, Eric Nunez. He works for Julie in that department. Debbie Mean, a councilwoman. Carolyn Ehrlich, Chief of Staff. Jimmy Carroll, former councilman, and he works here in the Cypress Center and keeps an eye on the program for us. Brian Molnar, Deputy Recreation Director, and also Board of Education member, and John Cook, who runs the club and also oversees this facility here. So we have a whole bunch of people here. I'm going to turn it over to Julie first and ask her to just talk about what this program means and the opportunities it has. I say kids, they're not kids anymore, they're young adults. So please explain what's going on here.
Thank you, Mayor. The RISE program is focusing on transitioning students out of school and how to be an adult, and what that means. We have our students interning in businesses all around Woodbridge. Why Mayor Mac's is so special to us is because it's an actual paid position. So students get to understand personal banking. They learn what it means to have a paycheck and have responsibility for their own money. Our students take turns working. I'm sorry we don't have all 30 of them here today, but like I said, they're out working in the field. And this is just a wonderful opportunity for these young adults to be in the community, to be viable members of that community, and to also be able to interact with other people in their community. So we are so thankful to the mayor and Woodbridge Township for giving us this opportunity.
Thanks, Jules.
Thank you.
Eric, you want to say anything else?
You covered it well.
You're good? All right, that's good. Don't show off your boss. That's always good advice. Let me ask Brian Molnar now, as a dual person. He's involved in the rec department and also as a Board of Ed member for many years. If you give me your thoughts about the whole program here.
Thank you, Mayor. Once again, we stand here, and it's just so excited to be here. This is just another step for the RISE program. When we think about the township and the Board of Ed went into a partnership to obtain the building, the old Port Reading Library that the RISE program, was stationed in, and we saw how that building changed. How when Julie came and came with us with the program, and how we took these young men and women that are out of the classroom and now are getting ready for life's challenges. How we turned the RISE building into, with the help of Provident Bank, a banking station. You know, we teach the kids how to cook, how to make their bed, how to get onto a bus and to function every day and to do everyday life needs. And then when we obtain this building, the township, and to come here today and to have them working in this restaurant atmosphere and providing a service and pretty damn good food, I got to say, at that. And it's just an honor being on the Board of Ed side and being on the township side to kind of see this all come into play. And then just, you know, thank you to the Township of Woodbridge, the mayor, for his vision. No towns do what we do here in Woodbridge, and it's because of the leadership of the mayor. So on behalf of wearing a board member's hat, thank you for, you know, helping our school district and helping these young men and women.
Thanks, Brian. I'll give you the quick history of the building. So this used to be the Hess Training Center, going way back. Brian, I should have asked him to explain. There was a hockey rink outside. Oh, no, there's tennis courts outside.
Tennis courts.
There was also a couple other recreation things when it was owned by Hess. Oh, it was owned by the church, right?
Yeah, it was.
Come on up. You know the story better than me.
Yeah, so this was Milo's Hall. So this was basically owned by the church. They used to do dinner dances here. I remember doing Cub Scouts here. We used to do the Pinewood Derby here. CYO basketball. This was the home for St.
Yeah, when I played Knights of Columbus basketball, St. Cecilia's was our home, and the Port Reading Knights, this was their home, so we played a lot of games.
Yeah, and then on the outside property that's under construction now, where we just cut the ribbon last week, there was a library there. It was the old Seawarren Library. And then at the very corner before you went underneath the bridge, there was a tennis court, that was macadam, and there was a basketball court.
The key words there was a tennis court until
Was.
Brian Molnar, Brian Small, and several other not so, help me out with the right word here, some nefarious activity went on, and the two Bryans led the charge to turn the tennis court into a hockey rink by sneaking in one night and taking out the poles and I guess flattening everything out. And no one knew you were doing it, but suddenly there was a hockey rink here where a tennis court was.
Yeah, I know Joe Velez is here from the police. I don't know what the statute of limitations
I was just going to say, yes.
I mean, it was 40 years ago, so I would think I'm okay. But yeah, you know what? The tennis courts weren't being used, and we were playing street hockey on it. So a couple concerned citizens came and we converted it. And the town at the time did come in and paint the lines for us, so they kind of endorsed it. So
All right, so it's not really a crime if
yeah,
the
it's
town,
not a crime if the town endorsed it.
Let me ask Jimmy Carroll now, as I said, former councilman, who always throughout his career, before I even knew him through the Knights of Columbus, he was a member of our Knights, then he moved over to Ford's, and the Ford's Knights had the one-on-one program, dances once a month on Friday nights in your hall, the Hand in Hand where you and I used to flip burgers way back in the 80s for the kids at Middlesex County College, and now this is like a career culmination of your career to be involved with the population of special needs people. It's just got to be great to finish up the way you're finishing up. Not that you have to go anywhere.
I don't know. Culmination was kind of an arduous word there. I mean, no, this is just another step, as Brian mentioned. This is a great facility, and this is now another added asset to our community, and it gives an opportunity, as they said, for them to be in the real world and see what things are like working and managing their money and so on and so forth. So I'm just so glad to be still a part of it, and I always thank the mayor for asking me to do this, and I'm looking forward to even more progress in the future. Thank you.
So the other story I started saying is that Hess must have got this from the church to make it their training center?
Yes.
All right, so when we got it, so Hess was acquired by somebody, some private equity firm, hedge fund. Somebody did something and bought Hess, and then they systematically dismantled all their pieces. They sold their building to the Turnpike Authority. They sold their gas stations to somebody. They sold their refinery and the tank farm to Buckeye. And then they had this building, and we were very cooperative with Hess the whole time they were doing all this, because they were our biggest taxpayer for a long, long time. So we were very cooperative with them, and then one day we knew they had this building, and we asked them if they would give it to us, and it didn't really take them long before deciding that they would. So we got this building and all this land for free. Then we went and we started working on the building. We made it a place for cheerleading and wrestling nights and weekends, because cheerleaders and wrestlers often get the short end of the straw when it comes to allocating gym space. I've seen Avenel Middle, where the kids are dragging the mats up and down the stairs for wrestling and for cheerleading because there's just limited space. So they came here. It's now permanent for them. They're thrilled to have it. They used to go to East Brunswick and pay to get gym space. Now they have this all here, and it's all free. We actually had the thought of a local business that was going out of business coming here to run a little bit of a kitchen cafe, and we thought that that would be some place where the kids could then work and learn. That never panned out, that the company, the guy that owned the business didn't come here, but we built the kitchen. So now instead of somebody running it as a business and involving the kids, now the kids run it. So we actually wound up with a better situation than we ever thought we would have by having the kids running. Now let me turn it over to Lillian, who, as I said, has got a long career at Bud's Hut, which unfortunately went out of business. We all loved that place, especially the Delmonico with the shrimp on top, medium well, with fries, of course. The oatmeal part didn't happen yet. So Lillian, who also has her son AJ is a special needs kid, and she's been, dedicated to the population her whole life. So Lillian's the head chef here. So you want to say a few words?
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to thank Mayor McCormick for opening this cafe for these special need kids. As he said, I have a son that's autistic, and this is a great opportunity for these children to learn how to go out in the world and get a job. Here we're teaching them step by step, and when they go into a restaurant or something, they'll know how to cook. They'll know how to prepare food. So I just want to thank John for letting me do this.
Thank you. And now the stars of our show, the reason we're here, the people who we all care about, the people who we all want to do the right thing for, the people whose careers and futures are very important to us. We have Jacob, we have Diamond, and we have Rebecca. They are the stars here. They're all working here. They get to kick off the day. So, Diamond, what do you think? Come here. I know you're a little shy, but tell me a little bit about your experience here. You can stand right there. It'll pick you up. What are you doing today? What's your job today?
A waiter.
Waiter? Okay. And how did you learn the job? You were here the last couple of weeks learning?
Yes.
And how do you like it?
It's good. I like it. That's why I chose this as a job site.
Oh, you get to pick?
Yes.
How does that work? They get to pick a job?
Yes, as they move up in the program, we fine-tune their interests and try and find them work in areas that they enjoy the most.
So you picked working for me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Rebecca, how about you?
Well, I actually subbed for a student who wasn't here on Thursday, so I did waitressing, which was very stressful, but I managed.
Well, that's because I was your customer.
Yeah, so I managed, so it was good, and I'm here again, so.
All right, so you came back to work. That's good. Jacob, come on over, man. You got the hairnet going and everything, man. You look good. Tell me about your experience here.
Well, the past few times when I experienced here wasn't too fun.
Why?
It was just not the right job for me.
But now it is?
No.
Jacob is new to our program and new to working. He's having trouble adjusting
I
to
was
the
going to
working
say,
world.
man, you're not on message here.
Not as fun as
I should talk to you. What's wrong with working here? Tell me about it.
I just feel like I just don't have fun here.
How many days have you been here?
Ever since training and ever since when Miss Lillian did the grilled chicken and whatever else.
And what was wrong with the grilled chicken?
I don't know. I experienced my work in the kitchen. I just felt like it just wasn't fun.
All right, well, how about maybe you can be a server, or maybe you can be a greeter, maybe you can be some other position besides working in the kitchen. Want to give that a shot?
You'll do good.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, well, first, I'm going to order the sausage and egg sandwich today, so you got to make me a sausage and egg sandwich. If it's the last thing you do in the kitchen, you got to make Mayor Mac and Mayor Mac's Cafe a sausage and egg sandwich. You ready for that? Can you give it a shot?
I don't know.
It's a tough one.
He's tough, yeah. I didn't know. Well, will you at least help me cut the ribbon? The three of you cut the ribbon with me?
Yes.
All right, let's do that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.